Everybody, in today's video we are going to discuss about Ayurvedic medicines. If you go to an Ayurvedic doctor, he would give you some medicines like Churna and Taila, and you might be wondering what does this mean. So today this video is going to give you a lot of answers and some methods of preparation and the ratios also. So I think this would be very informative to you. So chalo, let's get started. So if you see, in Ayurveda, the medicines are prepared from plant, animal and mineral origins. So many might think Ayurveda is only about plants, but this might be surprising to you. It even includes meat and even mineral origins. Even corals are used to prepare many medicines in Ayurveda. So if you see, all these recipes are listed in our ancient Ayurvedic texts like Ashtanga Hridayam, Charaka Samhita, etc. In Charaka Samhita there are about 160 plus recipes. But now in modern days there are proprietary Ayurvedic medicines. These proprietary Ayurvedic medicines are manufactured by some companies based on their own research. So now you get Ayurvedic medicines in modern forms like tablets and everything. So these are the recent advancements. The recipes are based on the ancient texts, but they are the forms in which they are available is becoming different today. So if you see, first we are going to talk about the different forms of Ayurvedic medicines. The first one is Churna. Churna means a herbal powder. So what will happen is, like, the herbs are taken, the proportions are also mentioned in the Ayurvedic text, so they are taken in that particular proportions and they are made into a coarse or fine powder. Usually coarse powder is used because coarse powder gives you a lot of you can extract a lot of medicinal effect from a coarse powder than a fine powder. So then in case of Kashaya, we would be using only coarse powder. So then this Churnam is asked to be mixed with honey or ghee, and you have to take it. So Churna is nothing but the powder form of the herbs. Okay. So next we will move on to Kalka. Kalka means the herbal paste. So fresh herbs are taken, they are crushed and grinded to make it into a paste, and this paste is applied on the place where it is affected. So next we move on to Asava and Arishta. Asava and Arishta is nothing but the fermented forms, or the alcoholic preparations. Usually what will happen, the herbal powders are taken, they are washed completely, they are dried, and then they are made into a Kashayam, and then they are fermented using sugar or jaggery, and these fermented products are used as these are strong concoctions. They are used in chronic disorders. So even fermented forms of the herbs are also used in Ayurveda. So next, if you see Kashayam is something that everybody might know. Kashayam is nothing but a water decoction of the herbs. So as I told you, it is always best to use only coarse powder for Kashayam. Even the ratios are mentioned in Ayurvedic text. So you have to take 1:16 is the ratio. If you take 1 part of the powder, you should add 16 parts of the water. And always note, when you prepare a Kashayam, or keep the flame as low or medium. You should boil only in low or medium flame. High flame is not at all advisable because high flame kills the medicinal properties. So once you add this herbal powder and water, then after boiling it, you have to reduce it to either 1/4 or 1/8 based on your recipe, and this Kashayam is then filtered and administered to the patient. So if you see, proprietary Ayurvedic medicines, as I told you, are nowadays, there are even Ayurvedic cough syrups available. They are available in forms of gels, ointments, capsules, etc. So next we are seeing this Swarasa. Swarasa is nothing but a fresh herb would be taken and it would be crushed and the juice would be extracted. Then it would be filtered. So this decoction is called as Swarasa. And there are also methods like cold infusion and hot infusion. So what will happen in cold infusion, the herbal powder, we are adding cold water to the herbal powder, and we should keep it undisturbed for some time, say overnight, or sometimes we keep it just for few hours depending on the herb. So generally the ratio is 1:6. So 1 part of the herb is taken and 6 parts of water is taken. You have to leave it like that. If you see, I have mentioned in the picture here. So 1 part of the herb is taken, 6 parts of water is taken. So it is kept undisturbed, and this decoction is then filtered and then it is administered. So if you see hot infusion, nowadays it comes like hot tea bags and all. So our hot infusion is just like we prepare our green tea. So it is added with hot water. So general ratio is 1:4. 1 part of the herb is taken and 4 parts of hot water. Once the essence of the herb is completely absorbed in the water, then we are taking it, we are filtering it, and we are administering it. So if you might know, like this form is a very common form that everybody knows, and it's very tasty. Avaleha. Avaleha means herbal jam. So Chawanprash is the most common medicine that many of us know. This Chawanprash is particularly prepared with 37 herbs. So it is made into a jam using ghee and all the herbs. So this form is also commonly administered. Usually for children they give they give drugs in the form of jams. And next is Taila. Taila will contain both the water soluble properties and the fat soluble properties. If you see, first water decoction is made with the herbs, and then we would be adding the oil and we would be reducing it to half. When we are taking the water decoction, it will get, you can extract the water soluble properties of the herb, and when you use it with the oil, you get the fat soluble properties. So herbal oil will have both both the water soluble properties and fat soluble properties. So next is medicated ghee. In medicated ghee, like we take ghee, add some herbs, and we are boiling it in a mild temperature, like low or medium flame, and then we are administering this ghee. So if your digestive power is weak, you cannot take, like Kashayams are sometimes very strong. At that time, some weaker concoctions are given, just like Paneeya and Yavagu is the weaker form of concoction. So if you see, when we are sick, when we have fever, our digestive system also will be weak. At that time, we take rice gruel. So it is like that, like very diluted form of the Kashayam is the Paneeya or Yavagu. And how now we are going to move on to see how these medicines are prescribed. So an Ayurvedic doctor prescribes medicines based on the following things. These are the main factors, but like there are also other factors. These are something that are the main factors. So it is based on the digestive system, your strength, your dominant dosha, your body type, and the type of the disease you have, and the stage, like how it is it in the beginning stage, or is it in the it's a chronic illness. Then based on the seasons, for the seasons I have already made videos on Ritucharya series. You can refer those videos where these Ayurvedic medicines are given based on the type of weather at that time. And next is the patient's choice. This would be surprising to you, and medicine is given according to the patient's choice. So first we will discuss about digestive strength. So digestive system strength is the primary consideration. So Ayurveda says if your digestive system is good, then you would not at all have any kind of disease. So if your digestive strength is low, then medicines that are heavy to digest, because herbal jams will have a lot of ghee, sugar and all. So these ghee, jams and all will not at all be preferred. And if you are in the initial stage of the disease, then Kashayam, I would say, like the Kashayam is a clear winner. You can give it to any type of patient, because Kashayam will increase your digestive strength. So whatever type of digestive strength you have, Kashayam is very good for you, but most of us do not prefer Kashayam. That is a great problem nowadays. So next are this alcohol based preparation, right? This Asava and Arishta, they would not be given for people who do not have good digestive capacity, because these are fermented drinks. They are very strong, and it might not suit people who have lower digestive capacity. So next it is based on the dosha type. So if you have kapha dominance in your body, then usually they will give you in the form of Churna, the herbal powders, because oils and all again would increase the kapha buildup in your body. Then if you are a Vata type body, air is the dominant in your body, then you would be given oils. So this medicine would be contradictory to the type of body you have. So if you have the air element in your body is high, so we are giving a oil so that it pacifies the air dominance in your body, and medicated ghee, these things are preferred. So if you have a Pitta type of body, then cold and hot infusions are mostly prescribed. So cold and hot infusions will help you balance the Pitta. Pitta is the fire element of the body. So these will act as this will give a coolant effect to your body, so that the Pitta doesn't increase. So even the medicines are given based on so much care is given to prescribing medicines, because ajirnam because of medicine should not happen. You should not have digestion problem with the medicines. So it is like highly customized based on your body. So if you see, next are the type of diseases. Suppose you have like prolonged lifestyle diseases like diabetes and all. So at that time, the dosage form will be checked if it has sugar content or not, if it can be taken for a prolonged period of time or not. So these cases are taken into consideration. So for this, as I told you, Kashayam will always be a clear winner. So Kashayam is preferred in these cases. So if you have some respiratory disorders, at that time what will happen, they usually used to we prepare this herb into a fine powder and give it with ghee or honey. So based on the type of disease, the type of medicine also changes, and based on the type of disease and the type of weather, the type of medicine prescribed also changes. So next, if you see the stages of disease, if the disease for the patient is in the beginning stage, then giving a herbal ghee, oil or jams will be preferred. But at that time the digestion power would not be affected greatly. So at the beginning we can prefer like herbal ghees, oils or jams. But in chronic conditions, this alcohol based preparations are given in combination. They would be given in combination with medicated ghee or oil. Mostly in chronic conditions, a detox is done, a detox treatment is done, so that it increases your digestion capacity, and then these kind of preparations are prescribed. So usually if you have a chronic condition, you would not be given an alcohol based preparation directly. So Deepana, Panchana, those kinds of treatments are done, detox treatments are done, then you would be given with these medicines. And again, this is like surprising and very interesting. So if you go to allopathy, so anything and everything is associated with, if there is a disease, it is associated with a pill, but it is not like that in Ayurveda. So in Ayurveda, it firmly believes that your mental health is very important. Psychologically, how you feel, how much you rely on this medicine, how much you like believe in this medicine is that matters a lot. So you should also like that medicine. So there are some patients who say like, I don't want Kashayam, I don't want this Asava and all will also be a little bitter. So they do not prefer, they do not prefer those kind of medicines, they are not prescribed. So doctors sees the possibilities. If there is a possibility to give a herbal jam here, if the digestive power is low or high, so the doctor will decide based on your dosha dominance and your digestive strength. And if you tell your Ayurvedic doctor frankly that you're not okay with taking these medicines, then these medicines will be customized based on your choice. That is the beauty of Ayurveda. It is not like a normal car you buy, it's like a luxury car you buy. So you can customize anything and everything based on your choice. Ayurveda respects that you are an individual. You are not in a, like, it doesn't recognize you as a part of a group. It doesn't give something like a general medicine that is common to everybody. It is highly customizable according to each and every individual. That is the beauty. And even Acharya Charaka says that patients should not be forced to take a type of medicine. So how you feel is very, very important when it comes to Ayurvedic medicines. I hope you would have liked this video and gained a lot of information from this. If you do so, please like this video, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and do not forget subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you get a notification every time I post my video. Thank you. Bye. I love you all.